Hello, everyone. This is Andrew with your host for the Rep Your Team podcast. I am joined by my esteemed co-host.
Oh, thank you, Luke Reeder.
Yeah, I know. I want to give you the esteem
I'm
title.
honored. I'm honored. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, so today we'll be going over trade deadline that happened this week. Also LeBron, becoming the all-time leading scorer.
Yes. The GOAT.
Yep, and then we'll talk some football and Super Bowl.
Let's get
All
into
right,
it.
let's start with the NFL. First off, we have the Kyrie trade. I believe the first ever big blockbuster trade that happened.
Yeah, no, that was massive, and I think that's good for both Brooklyn and Dallas. I am interested in seeing how Dallas or how Kyrie and Luka are going to coexist. But I think Brooklyn got a very good return for Kyrie, so I'm happy if I'm both teams.
Yeah, it's his last year. His last, I don't know how many months is there. I don't know, 2 months left.
Maybe, yeah.
Before playoffs, and basically he's out. So I think this is time like, all right, can Luka play with a superstar caliber player?
Mm-hmm.
And then if Kyrie doesn't stay, I don't know what the free agency class is looking like, but they can sign another superstar and it's good.
Yeah.
The only thing I didn't like is that Dallas got rid of Dorian Finney-Smith, but then again, Jason Kidd would always try to give him touches when Dorian is like a 3 dribble then shoot type of player. And it was a little confusing over there.
Yeah, they certainly gave up a lot, for Kyrie, but I guess for Kyrie and Markieff Morris.
Yeah.
But no, I think both teams have to be happy with the return, with the possibility of what both trade packages could turn into.
Yeah. And they got a deadly backcourt now, Dallas.
Yeah, they do.
They definitely have the best, if not one of the best, backcourts in the league.
Oh yeah.
So, honestly, how ESPN always gives the B+, C-, whatever.
Yes,
Honestly, it's
trade
a win-win.
Yeah,
Dallas
I agree.
wants to compete and not give Luka a lot of stuff to carry this team. So it's a win-win in my opinion.
Made sense for both teams.
Yeah, it made sense. All right, and now I guess the biggest trade or sigh of relief for Laker fans is that they traded away Russell Westbrook.
Mm-hmm. Big three-team trade.
Yeah, 3-team trade. Los Angeles, Minnesota, and Utah were involved. Los Angeles got D'Angelo Russell, Mikal Beasley, Jared Vanderbilt. Minnesota received Mike Conley, Nicola Alexander Walker. Great job, pronunciation right there. They got a second round pick from the Lakers, 2024 second round pick, 2025 second round pick from the Jazz, and 2026 second round pick from the Jazz. Okay. And then Utah receives Russell Westbrook, Juan Toscano Anderson, and Damian Jones, and a 2027 first round pick from the Lakers.
Yeah.
Thoughts on the trade, Luke?
That there's a whole lot happening. I mean, I think I don't know. Utah gave up a lot. I think they gave up a lot, but at the same time, I think the return has a good enough ceiling, I'd say. I mean, they could, but I think the big question is, does Russell Westbrook stay there? I mean, if you're the Lakers, you're happy with D'Angelo Russell and Malik Beasley and all that, and Minnesota, Mike Conley is a good player, and you get the draft capital. But then for Utah, I mean, do you think Russell Westbrook tries to do a contract buyout, or do you think he tries to look for another trade, or do you think he just stays put in Utah?
Nah, I think he buys out, and I think he gets all that money one time and then goes to somewhere like Miami Heat or
that'd be interesting.
Clippers or something like that. I don't know. I feel like he would go to a playoff contending team, and I don't mind the stuff that the Jazz gave up because they're trying to tank.
Yeah,
they didn't give up this year's first round pick or the next couple of years. They didn't give up a pick.
Yeah,
perfectly fine. They gained picks, and they got rid of Mike Conley. Got rid of him, and Lakers are finally Rob Pelinka has been kind of stupid over the past year since he took up not since he took up, since LeBron has been there, you know.
Yeah.
He made some good decisions, some bad.
He's fumbled it a little bit.
Fumbled
in
it,
recent
made
years.
the bad decision for trading for Russell Westbrook, and see how that turned out. And now the Lakers are finally deciding to go like, all right, get two superstars and get just depth and good role players,
People
and that
who
can
can
win you a
shoot.
championship like how they did it in 2020.
Yeah, I again, it's a good return for the Lakers,
And they got shooters.
exactly.
Which is what have you been preaching all year about surrounding that team with shooters?
Please give LeBron as many shooters as you can possibly give him. But yeah, no, I think that's a good return. It's a really good, I guess, energy boost coming up for the playoffs. You know, gives them more to fight for. It gives them a better ability to make the playoffs for sure, and then to maybe make some noise in there too.
Yeah.
But the other big Lakers news is LeBron.
Hold up.
Oh,
yeah. Past the all-time leading scorer, you know, I always thought he was a go, but now, like, you know, Jordan's like, I believe, 4th or 5th now,
Wow. Yeah.
something like that, and like, he can't do anything. He's like freaking 50 years old now. Can't really.
He's not making a
If there was a
return.
tweet saying, "Oh yeah, I'm coming back,"
Oh, that's hilarious.
I would laugh. I'm like, bro, no way.
Yeah, I wonder what he'd be able to do, but even then, I mean,
Bro, he's 50, bro.
Oh,
He'll probably
yeah.
get a knee injury in his first game.
oh, I'm like walking up to the scoring table. I mean, and checking in, he would sustain an injury. But I mean, LeBron being number one all time as a pass first player. I mean that it's telling for sure.
Yeah. What's Bronny's in his senior year of high school, and you know,
think
LeBron's
so,
always
yeah.
said he wants to play with his son.
Yeah,
So he has 2 years.
I think he can do it.
Maybe if he goes to like tries to play with Bryce too, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Like, longevity, that's crazy. But
He's playing like it.
yeah, I know. But could he make it to 40,000 points? 2 years?
I mean, if he
I
keeps
think
up
he
at
can
this
do it.
pace, yeah,
If he keeps staying at like 20 points a game, he'll
Yeah.
do it.
yeah, and if he keeps having the occasional game where we have like 38, 40, whatever it is, then
Yeah, that's
then.
kinda crazy.
You know, yeah, I mean, at his age, what he's doing is ridiculous. But yeah, I mean, if he plays for a couple more years, I don't see why that's out of the conversation.
Yeah, and also like the third team, Minnesota, we kind of glanced over that, but it's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're kind of a trash or like situation right now.
Yeah.
Like after they traded for Rudy Gobert, that was
That was
dumbest decision.
Yeah,
that
that-
set them back. They had a bright future.
Oh yeah.
They had, I think, Jalen or Jaden McDaniels. You know, their other power forward. I think that's his name.
Yeah, Jalen McDaniels.
And
or
like
Jada McDaniels.
and Jared Vanderbilt as their forward, as their power forwards. It was like I thought that was a great team, you know, or at least a good starting block, a foundation to build, you know.
Yes.
And Anthony Edwards just being a monster that he is. I still think he is that, even though he's having a little down year, but I still think he's a really good player.
Mm-hmm.
But then they just wasted that way of trading for Rudy Gobert
I mean, oh yeah, no, and
his absurd contract.
oh yeah, and it ruined the trade market value for everybody. But yeah, no, I mean, you made a good point. Like before the Rudy Gobert trade, that Minnesota team reminded me a little bit of the Brooklyn Nets team before they got Kyrie and KD, and it was D'Angelo Russell
Oh.
and all. I mean, like that was a good team.
Yeah.
And it was young and exciting like that. And if you're the Nets, here we go. If you're the Nets, you have to regret moving on from that team, right? To bring in Kyrie and
Or at
KD.
least trading for James Harden. And
Yes.
before we go further on the Nets, you know,
Yeah,
traded Kevin Durant
yeah,
and T.J. Warren. You know, the failed super team is now the label. You know,
Mm-hmm.
since they traded for James Harden, everything, Kyrie Irving, everything. Failed super team, worst run organization, or one of the worst organizations ever.
that's tough.
And you know, Phoenix gave up a lot. I didn't like how they traded away Mikal Bridges or Cam Johnson.
Yeah,
And they have an aging Chris Paul, and like I don't know, that defense is very suspect in my opinion.
Mhm.
Like they're dangerous, but I don't think they're winning the championship.
Probably not. No, and I mean, Yeah, if Chris Paul were a couple years younger, I mean,
Yeah.
maybe, but I also just can't imagine Kevin Durant in a Phoenix Suns jersey. Like, it's gonna be such a weird sight.
Yeah.
And then I wonder where he goes after that because I don't know if he'll
I think he got a
stay.
couple more years on his contract, but
Wow.
who knows? Maybe after this year, Phoenix just continues a downward spiral, and he's like, "Yo, trade
Yeah,
me."
yeah. We never know with Kevin Durant, and that's why he is one of the most entertaining players ever. You just don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah. And also, Phoenix gave up like 4 first-round picks and a pick swap, or like one of them being a pick swap,
Yeah.
and like all of them are unprotected.
Well, what I heard is that KD was almost traded to the Grizzlies. That they apparently like threw everything at the Nets, like an ungodly amount of first round picks. I don't know if it was ever disclosed, but apparently they were debating between the the Grizzlies and the Suns, and they ended up going with the Suns.
I'm kind of glad the Nets decided to blow it up because, Kyrie was going to leave and you would only get, like, assets from, like, Kevin Durant. But now
Yeah,
they traded Kyrie, they got assets back,
they made the right choice.
But back to what I was saying of, like, they shouldn't have traded for James Harden. Like, that team was fine as it is. They had Jared Allen, who became an all-star and a very good defensive anchor. And, they would also have, like, Nicholas Claxton, who's playing really well right now as a backup center, and they could play off of that. And just they had better depth, and they got rid of that for James Harden during the season in 2021.
I think
2021.
So. Yeah.
And now failed super team, and now they're back in the lottery.
Yeah, just like that. I mean,
Look at that.
their little run was very, very short. But yeah, no, I forgot how much they gave up for the James Harden trade. But I mean, looking back, that has to be one of the most unsuccessful trades ever. I mean,
He only stayed for like half the season,
yeah.
or
and then he was
season,
injured, and then
injuries stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
poor Brooklyn.
it must sucks being a Brooklyn
Oh yeah,
fan right now.
Yeah, I'm shocked they didn't have winning the championship or not, whatever. But like to not even have like really that much playoff success or even like regular season success, like that it was just an absolute failed super team. So yeah, happy that Brooklyn gets to move on.
All right, and now let's talk about a VCU current professional basketball player in Bones Highlander.
Yes.
He was recently traded from Denver to the Clippers.
Yeah, I like the trade for the Clippers. I mean, again, Bones
They
Highlander.
also got Eric Gordon from the Rockets in another trade. So
Interesting.
got rid of like Luke Kennard and some other like pieces that weren't really doing too much.
Yeah, I like
Reggie
that
Jackson
trade.
being one of them.
I like that trade. Again, I Bones wasn't really getting the playing time that from my biased perspective he deserved in Denver. And so yeah, no, I think the Clippers are a good fit. They need more shooters, and he is an explosive player. And so look out, Bones Highland is in L.A. So
Yeah, I
let's
know, it's
see
crazy.
Yeah, I know. Wow.
But you also said that I thought, now thinking about it, like, man, over in Denver, you said that like after Bones would not have a good game, he would like go down in the rotation when he's like a great six man.
Exactly. Yeah.
Go into that.
Yeah. It was weird. I mean, because again, when he was on the court, when he got a bunch of minutes, like he was a threat to go for like 20s, 30s. I mean, he's an electric, fun player. And then I mean he's still a young player, so I mean he's gonna have some mistakes, some off nights, but then he was I don't know, sent to like the very back of the rotation towards the end. I guess you just kind of had enough, but yeah, I really like this landing spot for him, so I'm excited to see what he can do.
Also, the Lakers did another trade. They traded Thomas Bryant to the Nuggets for like Devin Reed and like a pick, second round pick. Now, at first, I was really confused. I'm like, yo, why Thomas Bryant, man? He was good. Like, he played for the Wizards, he would shoot like from 3. You know, he didn't make it all the time, but I thought he was at least a threat to space the floor.
Mm-hmm.
But then they traded him, and I was like, yo, why'd they do that? I thought Rob Pelinka was selling it.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, you had this big mom, like a sigh of relief. I won't say the Russell Wilson trade was like a yay, like oh my gosh,
Yeah.
we're winning it. Like no, it was a sigh of relief. You should have never traded for that man to begin with.
Yeah, exactly.
But then they trade Patrick Beverly and like a second round pick, or no, cash consideration, my fault,
Yeah.
to the Magic to receive Mo Bamba.
Yeah, I mean, sure, fine, right? I mean, I think that LA probably wins that trade, but I'm gonna miss Patrick Beverly in LA. He was, I mean, his on and off the court antics are fun, and he's
I
still a
wonder
good
how his
player.
podcast is going to do now.
Oh,
Like, does his
yeah.
co-host like move with him
I
to Orlando,
wonder.
or do they
Yeah.
do it over Zoom? I wonder how that's going to happen.
I hope he moves with them. I need as much Patrick Beverly media time as we can possibly get.
Well, I thought like the Mo Bamba trade was a really good one. You
Yeah,
know?
I mean-
I don't know how tall is he. Like
He's huge,
he's got to be 7 foot, 7'1". So
exciting
young
player.
too. Young player.
Yeah. I mean that.
Shot blocker too. I kinda
Yeah, still has a lot
try
of
to look up
upside.
some stats, but yeah.
Yeah, still a lot of upside,
I
and
think
so.
he's injured at the current moment.
Ah,
I'm checking ESPN. Hold up, one
Yeah.
moment.
Well,
Okay,
that-
he is out.
okay. Okay.
Does he say with what? No. I'm so dumb. He's not hurt. He's suspended. You remember?
Oh,
Yeah, where he fought Austin.
That's
Rivers.
right. That's right. Yeah,
I
him
can't
and
believe I
Austin
forgot
Rivers.
that. That's so funny.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, why is he hurt? Like, I looked up like some of his stats. Like, he hasn't played in a while. He's been hurt, and then he
Yeah, I was scrolling through it too, and I was like, "Wait, it doesn't." I was like, "Head of the Lakers." And I was like, "Oh, the 4-game."
Yeah.
So I was like, "Oh no."
yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah. All right. So he's probably 2 games away or a game away from playing.
yeah. But I think that's another good trade. I mean, high ceiling player. I mean, why not take a chance on him?
And also, I think the Raptors made a sneaky good trade for trading for Jakob Poeltl and like sending the Spurs like 2 second rounders and a first round pick
Yeah,
to the Spurs.
yeah. I think that's a good trade.
Yeah, I thought it was really good. You know, Jakob Poeltl's playing really well for the Spurs and everything. So,
Mm-hmm.
and like, I think the Raptors needed a big. I'm surprised they didn't trade OG because you know they have like a bunch of forwards. They're kind of log jammed up
Yeah.
there.
Maybe
But
they want.
I really like OG. He's a really good defender. Shoots
Yeah.
well.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's another good trade. I mean, I'm still a little skeptical on the Raptors, like, in general. Like, what are they built for? You know, what kind of direction
I'm
they headed
surprised
in?
they didn't trade. What's his name? Point guard.
Oh,
Was on the 2019 championship.
oh, boy.
Oh my! He looks like Drake's look-alike.
Oh,
my
Fred
God.
Fred Van
There
Vliet.
it is. I was
Yes.
thinking like
Yes.
Fred. Yeah, I'm
minute
surprised
you
they
said
didn't trade
Drake.
him because he's not having a stellar season at this point.
Yeah, I wonder what they could have gotten for him.
I think they probably could have gotten first. I don't know if they
Yeah.
could have got. They you know what? They got some. They could have gotten some role players.
Yeah.
like solid role players. But I don't know.
But good trade for them.
Yeah, good trade for them. And oh man, I was thinking of something else too. I'm bugging. Oh, never mind. I got it. The Pistons
Ooh.
received James Wiseman from the Warriors.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
that
and-
experiment has sailed. You know,
Yeah.
second overall pick has only been playing games in the G League and like a little bit like
Yeah.
NBA games. Crazy. So you know,
Glad he gets a new shot,
Yeah.
though.
yeah, new shot, fresh start. You know, not as much expectations. Just for the Pistons, just go out there and ball.
Perfect. Yeah, no, that's a good situation to wind up in. That's a feisty Pistons team. So yeah, I'm excited to see what he can do there.
And the Warriors like got from the Trailblazers Gary Payton
Sure.
again.
Welcome back.
I don't know if that will help them because I think
Yeah.
the Warriors are just so small
Yeah.
at this point. Like
Yeah.
small ball is good, like towards the end, and like in sections. You can't just be that small
Yeah.
throughout an entire season. I feel like
You're
at some
right.
point you're going to run into a big, like Jokic, like Denver, for example. If
Exactly.
they run Denver in the series, I'm confident in picking Denver.
Oh yeah. I mean, because they just don't have any. I mean, like they literally don't have anybody that can match up against Jokic. I mean, maybe Draymond, but even then,
I don't think.
Even
Like, I think
then.
he's in his last season
I wonder what
under
he's going to do.
contract. I wonder because he said he can get like a max contract again. I'm like, no way, bro.
How
His skills
old
are
is
so
he?
deteriorated now.
Yeah, he has to be in his 30s, right?
Yeah, he's
32.
I was about to say 32 or 34, one of the two.
Yeah, that interesting. All right, and then yeah, Steph is 34.
He's out right now too.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, still a good team, but yeah, no, they don't match up well against Denver at all. So we'll have to see how that happens. Because I mean, maybe they'll face in the playoffs. I mean, probably, right? But even
Yeah.
then, we'll see.
And then the Lakers. This is an old one. My Wizards trade Rui Hachimura.
Mhm.
Strongly disappointed. I wanted us to trade Kuzma somewhere, but apparently we won't trade him. Yada yada. And Beal has a no trade clause. We can't just trade him outright. You know, he has to agree. Which
Yeah.
I'm disappointed because he'll never be disappointed and just playing where he's at. Disappointed. The usual Wizard stuff.
Yeah.
Like I have no energy for that right now. Like,
Usual Wizards shenanigans.
yeah, trash organization. Or more mediocre at this point.
Yeah.
We're not
yeah.
trash, we're mediocre, which is terrible.
Well, how's he been playing for the Lakers so far?
I'm sure he's putting up like decent numbers.
Yeah, I mean, here.
Like, I feel like he's just a defensive player now and just shoots when
Yeah.
he can.
I mean, his last game yesterday, 32 minutes, 8 points, 3 for 9 shooting, 0 for 2 from 3, 6 rebounds, an assist, and a block.
Yeah, that's probably what I'm expecting from him, which is sad. I thought I'd just let him ball. I'm sure he would develop into something, but
Yeah,
he's a good player.
yeah.
Cam Reddish went to the Trailblazers from the New York Knicks. New York Knicks got Josh Hart
Yeah.
in a trade. Blazers are also getting Matisse Thybulle and Ryan. Honestly, I don't know, bench player. And the Sixers got a Jaden McDaniels. Who's he? Why am I bugging on him? Why does his name look so familiar? Oh, he's from Hornets. 10
Yeah.
points a game. Yeah, I don't know. Why was I thinking of like who's someone with Minnesota? Whatever. I'm blanking on the guy the forward I really like.
But just
from
like
Minnesota.
but a huge trade deadline. I
Yeah,
mean,
Clippers got Mason Plumlee for Reggie Jackson. Funny.
yeah, and then John Wall's back at the Rockets
Yeah.
with Danny Green.
Yeah, I know. That was so funny when I saw John Wall got traded. You know, I watched the Run Your Race podcast.
Oh, yes.
With oh man, what's his name? Who's the host? Former NBA player from I think North Carolina.
It is.
Why am I thinking Jabari Parker? It was.
Here, I will.
He's a role player. But
Theo
anyway,
Pinson and AJ. Shoot, hold on.
yeah,
AJ Richardson.
Richardson. Why am I? I thought he was like a known player.
AJ
Or,
Richardson
like,
and
used to be a known
Theo
player.
Pinson. Yeah.
I don't remember him. I'm bugging.
But his comments about Houston, is that it?
Yeah, it was a trash place. Yeah. Didn't have fun, like stuff like that.
And they sent
They
him
wanted
back.
to lose games. Yada.
Oh,
The usual tanking team scenario.
then they sent him back.
Yeah.
That is evil.
But also, from the Nets trade, the Bucks received Drake Crowder, which I think is what they needed. They don't really have a or at least a forward for
Yeah.
defending, so that's what they needed. They got rid of Serge Ibaka, which I don't even know if he played for them, or at least played garbage minutes.
I forgot that he was on that team.
Dude, I
honestly.
know, bro.
Yeah.
He was in the trade for like some other team.
So now he's a pacer.
Yeah,
Interesting.
crazy.
Interesting. Yeah, we'll have to see how that
Yep.
turns out.
And Devontae Graham is going to the Spurs, because Pelicans got Josh Richardson defense. But I like Devontae Graham.
Yeah, no, I think that's
Kind of
pretty
bouncing around, but a good player.
good. Yeah, and
I
4
just love
second-round
defensive
picks
spot.
too.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah, just the tanking teams selling their players, and mediocre franchises just not doing anything.
Yeah.
Who didn't do anything this? Oh yeah, Heat. The Heat didn't do
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah, that was really interesting because they had a ton of hype in the media, about they're pursuing this guy or they're looking to trade, XYZ, and then nothing. So I mean I guess they got some cash considerations by trading Dwayne Dedman and a second-round pick, but then that was it. So
They didn't really do anything.
yeah, very interesting.
Denver I didn't understand. No, Denver did do something. Kings do something?
Denver traded.
Yeah, no Bones. I
Yeah.
remember that.
Yeah, Bones, and then they got back Thomas Bryant.
The Kings got Kessler Edwards and cash considerations. I don't know who that is.
Yeah.
And the Nets got like some draft rights to David. I'm not even going to attempt that last name. His last name is spelled Michineau.
Michino. I don't know.
That's a good guess. I
Yeah.
wasn't going to attempt it, but great guess right there. I applaud you for that.
Thank you. It was brave. It was brave.
It was a brave. Yeah, and
Moment of
Kevin Knox
vulnerability.
is also on the
Oh, yeah.
Blazers.
Yeah.
Gosh, what happened to him?
I don't know.
Just
Yeah. No. That's,
I don't know.
that's-
I guess not developing right. I don't know. That's crazy.
I guess. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Grizzlies got Luke Kennard. I feel like that's a good one for
The-
them.
the
Luke
Luke
Kennard's
Kennard.
solid shooter.
Yeah.
Another shooter for them. That's a good one.
The Grizzlies are a good team.
Yeah, they're a good team.
I mean, I don't know how much playoff
I feel like
noise.
the media is making them annoying, and also
Yeah.
there's this narrative around that like John Moran is like trying to be a thug or something. I'm like,
Oh,
bro,
really?
what?
I-
Yeah, they're just like or a fake gangster. I'm like, no way. It's
Yeah.
like people saying, oh, like trying to make fun of him. Like, bro, you're making $20 million. You know, Shannon Sharp said something about that.
Oh,
I'm
I
like,
forgot
yo,
all
no
about
way.
that
Like,
again.
that's how you misunderstood players. Like,
Yeah.
Steven Jackson got it, AI got it. I'm like, yo, that's no way you have to
Yeah.
like hit him with that
Yeah.
narrative, like label. Like, bro,
Yeah.
he's just a dude who's very confident in his abilities.
I know.
It's annoying sometimes because the media always like pushes it in your face.
Yeah, they're painting a picture of him that maybe isn't
Yeah,
accurate.
I don't think it's accurate. I feel like that narrative should stop. But
Yeah, they're a good team, and it wouldn't
very
surprise
good team,
me.
very good organization so far. You know, usually sometimes Grizzlies like choke
Yeah,
for making decisions, but so far they've been doing good, hitting draft picks.
and Luke Kennard could be, maybe one of the missing pieces. Maybe we look back and we're like the Luke Kennard trade is one of the most substantial in NBA history.
Yeah,
we
maybe
won't
so.
know until the postseason.
Yeah. Also, I like how like this like sound from an interview with Taylor Rooks from John Morant. Like he's like, I'm fine out west,
Oh,
and then
yeah.
Katie comes, Kyrie comes, Lakers get rid of Russell Westbrook. I know.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
getting good players in return.
yeah. No, that I liked when he said that, because confidence is key,
Like,
right?
aged like milk.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Agree.
Because now, I mean, Phoenix with Kevin Durant and the Mavs with Kyrie, and I'm still skeptical for how that's going to turn out, but we will see, and soon. So yeah, no, the West is now uber competitive. So look
Yeah.
out.
And now, oh man, what was I going to say? Something. Oh yeah, when teams like make big trades during the deadline, like for instance, like Lakers trading for Pau Gasol in 2008.
Yeah,
During the trade deadline.
yeah.
No
one of the-
team wins the finals when they make a superstar caliber trade.
Really.
Like I'm not saying they get a superstar player in return, but like
Yeah.
a blockbuster trade. Like
Yeah.
only one team has like won the championship from trading in the deadline, and that was like the 2019 Raptors when they traded for Marc Gasol.
Yeah, that
during the
was
deadline,
such a
that was the
good
only-
team.
Yeah, I know, very underrated team, but
Yeah.
very good team. Now let's talk about standings. Like
Yeah.
mostly the Lakers, for instance. I feel like they can be really good,
Yeah.
but they have how many games is it? 20-ish games.
They have some ground to
Let me
make
do
up.
some math real quick.
They have some ground to make up for
Like
sure.
26 games left, and like last year's like team to get into like for instance the what is it hold up sorry
Oh, the
Keep freaking
play-in?
out. Yeah, play-in is like
Yeah.
40s. Like they have to get in the 40s in order to make it, and they could be a very
Yikes.
talented low seed.
Yeah. The Thunder being above them in the rankings is just consistently surprising to
Yeah,
me.
I know. I'm surprised they're not taking it that much.
Yeah.
Rocket, yeah, I know. Rockets are probably going to get the first overall pick. At least that's what ESPN is saying.
Yeah, they look bad.
Or like when they do like midway calculations for draft picks for like Victor.
Oh,
I don't know how to say his
Victor
last name.
Wembanyama
Yeah.
or whatever.
And they also have Pistons like going number 2 and getting like Scoot Henderson when they have Jaden Ivey. I was a little
Yeah.
confused by that. I'm like, yo, Jaden Ivey, Purdue guy.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm still. I mean, I think whoever's gonna be one has to take
Yeah, I
Wembanyama.
feel like that's like edge and stone.
Yeah,
Of course, the Wizards have 25 points. Ugh. I
so
remember at the
close.
beginning of the season, I was hoping, like, man, just have low 20s. By the
Yeah.
end of the season, we're good. Or
Yeah.
at least win 10 games before All Star break, 10 wins after, we're good.
Yeah.
And we're at 25, so no way we.
With a 1-game winning streak.
I just hope we don't draft another Johnny Davis.
Oh, see that I
Like, we're going to get this lottery pick. I just hope it's not another Johnny Davis. 1.2 points a game and barely plays. If we do that, we're sell the team, disband the team. I'll trade my fandom for some other team.
It's the Wizards. I mean, so you got to be careful. You don't get expectations too high.
I
But
never have. Like, John Wall even said our best team was in 2016-17 season when KD was on the Warriors. That was our best team, and now we suck.
how many games did y'all win in that season?
I don't know, 40s because our Scott Skiles was an idiot. Rotations were awful.
Let's
The
see.
usual Wizards or no Washington D.C. sports fan experience.
Yeah, it's
The
tough.
typical stuff.
The Wizards 2016 win total was 49-33.
See, we were a close team, but we were always in close games.
Yeah.
That season, ugh.
Yeah,
And we were loaded too,
May-
or at least had solid players.
yeah. Maybe one
We
day.
probably weren't going to beat the Warriors, but
Yep.
we would have made it to the finals.
Yeah, yeah. I hopefully a new era is right around the corner, starting in the
No,
draft.
not unless we trade. Oh my gosh, we just need to go scorched earth and just
Yeah.
get rid of all. And we're about to buy out Will Barton. I don't know how that was a new. When Woj tweeted that out, I was a little confused.
He was
I'm
going
like,
crazy.
Will Barton, 32.
Oh
And
yeah,
like Celtics were linked with him. I'm like, I guess he's good.
Sure,
he's been
fine.
playing all right with us, but
yeah.
just
Wo- Woj was going
mediocre team.
off. Woj was all over the place yesterday.
Yeah, I know he was going in, and then like Pat Beverly tweeted out like Shams kind of getting dunked
that
on or
was so
something,
funny,
and then he gets
yeah.
traded like the next couple of minutes
Yeah,
by
yeah.
Shams, no less.
Oh, that was tough.
That was a great.
That was
little-
tough.
It was so funny.
Yeah. I wonder how Patrick Beverly is going to do in his new location, but
He's going to get there, going to get cut,
maybe.
and then sign for a playoff team.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he's one of those people. Like, I thought he was going to stay with the Lakers because I feel like he's a piece that like you kind of want on a
Their
playoff
rotations
team.
were already
Yeah,
like
good
he
point.
wasn't really doing anything impacting it that much. Like his
Yeah.
defense is not really there. He's just being the quote unquote enforcer, even though he's kind of bad at it now.
Yeah. So I mean,
He's not
we'll-
even an enforcer. He's like a goofball.
Yeah. Antics giver.
Yeah,
I
antics.
guess.
That's probably a better one.
So yeah, so we'll see what that is. But I mean, right now the standings. Any surprises that you see in the standings?
Standings at this point. Hold up. Sorry, I have a. Oh, okay. Found it. Look, I'm looking at the East right now. Know what? Another team that I'm looking at right now, the Hawks. I'm surprised they didn't trade away like John Collins. Like they traded for
Yeah.
how do you say his name? Bay. Last name Bay.
Sadiq Bey.
Sadiq Bay. I don't know
Yeah.
why I was thinking Shaq for some reason.
No.
Like Shaq Bay. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Bulls also didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Honest, like these names are just coming to me. Like yeah, they didn't do nothing.
Nothing.
Terrible run, mediocre franchises as well. Except y'all have at least star names like Bradley Beal is something, but
Yeah.
not enough.
Celtics look good.
Yeah,
They
I
look-
guess the Knicks. You know what? The Knicks. Jalen Brunson's really stabilized them.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that's kind of surprised. Like they're in the 7th seed right now.
Yeah.
Maybe they beat out the Heat. Like they're one game behind the Heat. Like the Heat are 30-25, and the Knicks are 30-26. So it's really close. They could probably get to the 6th seed if everything keeps going well.
Yeah.
Surprises. I think did we talk about the Kings? We
Um,
never did.
I don't think we did, but they deserve it. I mean, what a season.
Oh yeah, De'Aaron Fox is a substitute for the All-Star game. He's an All-Star reserve now.
Oh, really? Okay.
Anthony Edwards is also an All-Star reserved, and
Okay.
Pascal Siakam.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
can't remember who they're replacing. I know Kevin Durant is a replacement, or like going to be replaced for a forward spy.
Oh,
And who am I bugging? Whatever.
Katie and
Who's out?
hmm.
Yeah, you Google that. Well,
Yeah. Let's see here.
Who else is surprised? I'm surprised the Timberwolves aren't really dog water at this point.
Yeah.
Like the Rudy Gobert thing, I'm confused why they're good. Jazz are starting to come back down to earth,
Yeah.
which is what we all expected.
Oh yeah, their quick beginning was I think startling for everybody because Jazz fans wanted or they should want to lose to get Wembanyama and nobody was expecting them to be good, so that was kind of concerning to everybody.
I guess Trailblazers kind of surprising. Well, are
Yeah.
they? They're in the 10th seed. Nah, I won't give them that label.
Oh, here we go. The 3 players that will be replaced in the All-Star game are Steph Curry.
Yeah, he's hurt. That's who I was thinking.
Yeah, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, and Zion.
Yeah, they're all hurt. I'm surprised Zion got in from Fanbows. I was a little like, bro.
Yeah, he had a good.
He missed
Couple.
the first 20-ish games. I don't know. But
Yeah.
I guess since he finished strong, people were like, yeah, get him in.
Yeah, why not? He looks good. I mean,
Yeah, looking good as always.
when he's playing he's looking dominant.
I'm surprised. Honestly, Mavericks before the Kyrie trade, I was surprised they're still in 4th right now. Because, Jalen Brunson left in his free agency or restricted free agency, whatever it was for him. Yeah, I'm surprised they're in 4th. I guess Luka's just that dog in him, bro.
Yeah, no, he's crazy. I mean, he's the real deal for sure. There shouldn't be any questions about that at this point.
Yeah. Is that everything you want to talk about NBA, or do you have something else you want to talk about?
I think that's it. I mean,
For
just
NBA.
again, big shout out to the Kings. I'm very happy that they're doing well. Makes me happy.
It's kind of happy to see them do
Yeah.
well. They've always been the punchy bag. I think they missed the
forever.
playoffs
Yeah,
15 plus years,
yeah, it was the longest.
or is the longest playoff drought?
I forget because maybe it was.
Because all I remember is like the 2002. Yeah, I think it was since 2002 they missed it. After that,
Yeah, and the Seattle Mariners made it to the playoffs. Does that mean that the Kings had the longest postseason drought in sports? I have to look that up.
That sounds about right.
Postseason, yeah. But yeah, no, I mean, good. I mean, regardless, good and happy to see that they are moving up and look to be playoff contenders for sure.
Yeah, they're finally getting all that talent together.
About that
all those
time.
lottery picks. Whiffing on Marvin Bagley. That
Oh
was
yeah,
funny.
yeah. About
Now
that time.
him and James Wiseman are both on the Pistons.
Yeah,
Funny.
yeah.
That's why you got to have good scouts to evaluate talent.
That's the truth.
All right, let's move on to some NFL. The main event for this weekend,
Yes.
as many people are calling the Super Bowl. But before
Yes.
that, let's talk about the playoffs leading up to it, because last week's episode, audio got corrupt, and so we decided to not put it out.
Yeah.
So,
Good
quick
playoffs.
thoughts. Yeah.
Good playoffs. I mean, again, the whole thing was it was the questionable refereeing and but I mean overall it was a very competitive playoffs. Some fun games there. But yeah, I mean at the end of the day, I think the 2 best teams in the NFL made it to the Super Bowl, and so I excited
Both
for this
number one
matchup.
in their conference.
Yeah. So very excited about this matchup. But no, I mean, it was another great slate of playoff games for the NFL.
Yeah, I agree with the refs taking too much control at some points.
Yeah.
The conference championship between 49ers and Eagles was a dud, but
Yeah.
and then there's talks with
I loved it.
teams allowing a third quarterback for the playoffs, out.
Really?
So there's not another 49ers situation where you lose both your backup and starting quarterback.
I mean, I feel like that's half of the game is injuries. And so, I mean, the Niners
Yeah.
haven't had good
Yeah,
injury
they
luck.
suffered a lot. I wonder what
Yeah.
Jimmy G's going to do now.
There's no way he goes back, right? I
No
mean,
way.
Brock Purdy sounds like he's going to... It's been weird with him because at first it was he's going to have some surgery, but he'll be back, and then he's going to have surgery and he's going to miss all next season, but now he's going to have surgery
Yeah,
and he'll be
because
back. I don't know.
it was a UCL?
Yeah.
Elbow? I think that's what it's called.
Yeah.
Ian Rappaport on the Pat McAfee show saying something about they can't just reconnect the ligament; they have to do something else, which
Interesting.
sounded super scary to me.
Tough injury to have. And
Like-
it didn't even look that bad, really.
Yeah, I thought he just smacked it out of his hands, but man,
Yeah, same.
I guess the follow through really popped it out.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Oof, that's tough.
For Brock Purdy, I hope
Yeah.
he sticks around the NFL, but I I don't know.
We'll see. I mean,
Just throwing him to just a tough situation for him.
I think he gets the nod as starter. I mean, if he's healthy to play next season, then
I feel
I
like
think
no, they would give Trey Lance another chance because he's their second overall pick. They
traded
traded
3
a lot of
firsts for him.
assets for him.
Yeah.
They're definitely gonna use him.
Yeah, they
or
should
give him another chance.
Yeah,
And also, it was funny. Like no game went into overtime.
after all the overtime rules.
Yeah, the
and
overtime rule
controversy.
changed and all the crying from Bills Mafia, even though, the Chiefs were crying for it
yeah.
the year before when they were playing against Brady. But I just found it funny how no one went
Didn't even
into
get to
overtime.
use it. I know, so disappointing.
Like, granted, the Chiefs and Bengals game looked like it was going to go into overtime,
I
but
thought it
then
was.
that rookie DN, hit the quarterback out of bounds.
Oh yeah.
Or like when Patrick already stepped out of bounds.
Again, I hate that it came down to that.
Yeah,
but nah.
You can't make a bonehead decision. Like, you have to play disciplined football.
It was the right call.
Yeah. All right. The NFL Honors was last night.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hosted by Kelly Clarkson. I didn't find it. Sadly, I wanted to kind of watch it, but
I saw Twitter
No.
updates.
yeah, Twitter, and you could probably find the performance on YouTube.
Mhm.
But yeah, let's start with. Let me scroll.
Start with MVP.
Coach of the Year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
And
think-
it was Coach Brian Dable, which
Fine. Sure.
it was a good
yeah.
point. I thought Nick Sirianni could have gotten it.
Yeah.
Went undefeated for was it? No, it wasn't 14 games. It was 12 games. I
think
can't remember
so.
when they played Washington. It was either it was the 12th week. It was or like 12th game. The Eagles played and they lost to us.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah.
But maybe it's because Brian Dable
Good start.
is in a New York team. I feel like that
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
gave him more leeway. Like, the Giants.
100%.
Yeah.
100%
Finally put it together.
the East Coast media
Yeah.
bias, I guess. But yeah, I mean,
But
he had a great
He
start.
still did a great job. I'm not taking that from him.
No.
Maybe that gave him an edge. It was a tight race. Good
Yeah.
candidates all around.
Yeah.
Comeback player.
Oh yes. Oh
You wanna
yes.
take this, Luke?
Geno Smith. Yes. I was so pumped, and I mean, I saw a lot of people saying like, what did he come back from? I still think that he deserves this because he came back from not being given an opportunity to start. I mean, he went a decade without being given a fair opportunity to
Played
compete.
in
Yeah.
the Jets, and then that was a terrible
Oh,
situation.
God, yeah.
Then was a journeyman, and then
Yeah, I mean
came to Seattle.
Yeah, I mean to have this 10-year, kind of, I mean the career that he's had so far. I mean, like he hasn't just come back from like one bad injury or one bad season. It's been seasons and seasons and seasons of just him not getting a chance to prove himself. So very happy for him, and I'd be surprised if he wasn't a Seahawk next season, but we'll see.
Yeah, I agree. Granted, I thought Christian McCaffrey. Was he in it? Yeah, he was a nominee.
Yeah,
I thought
him,
he could get it since
Saquon.
it was like his best or most healthiest season
Yeah,
in a while.
and he played well. I mean,
But
he was
granted, Geno had a
fantastic.
career high, and all the other.
Oh yeah, he broke all the franchise records, almost every record that Russell Wilson set over a decade. Geno broke in 1 year, which was, funny. I mean,
That's super funny.
so yeah, there's that.
Sean Payton's their new coach, so maybe he can help Russell Westbrook. Westbrook, oh my goodness,
Yeah.
Russell Wilson, oh my goodness.
I made that mistake earlier.
Yeah, I know.
We're-
It was the other way around for me.
yeah, no. So I mean, we'll see what Sean Payton can do, but yeah, that loaded situation to put it lightly.
All right, defensive rookie of the year, Sauce Gardner.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
He was. Yep, I agree with this. Aiden Hutchinson made a great push towards the end.
Yeah, and then
But
Tariq
Sauce
Woolen was
has
great.
really been great all season,
Yeah.
consistently, and definitely he's pretty damn good,
Yeah,
reaching top 5 territory.
oh, he's
but
fantastic.
I'm sure
Absolutely.
next season he'll be even better. Hopefully he doesn't go into a sophomore slump.
Yeah,
But yeah, I'm happy for Sauce. Happy for the Jets,
yeah.
And speaking of the Jets, offensive rookie of the year, Garrett Wilson.
I'm okay with that too. I mean, of course, I'm biased, and Kenneth Walker, the third running back for the Seahawks, he was fantastic. He only played like 8 games or whatever, but he was over 1,000. He ran for 10 touchdowns. I mean, he was fantastic. But Garrett Wilson was consistent, for the whole season. I heard people upset that Brock Purdy didn't get it, but Brock Purdy played like
5 games,
Yeah.
6 games, 7 games, whatever
And
it
it's a
was.
regular
He didn't
season
deserve
award.
it. He didn't
Not at
deserve
all.
it. I don't
Not
care
at
about
all.
anyone else. He didn't deserve it.
Yeah, it was a regular season award. He did not play enough to earn it.
Yep. New York Jets looking nice. Like,
Good future.
I feel like they should go in and get Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I feel like that's
That would,
the right move.
I would, if I'm their manager, I'm like, yo, I'll give you 3 first-round picks.
Really, for Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah. If you ask him, hey, guaranteed me like 2 seasons, and I'm sure in those 2 seasons the New York Jets would be contending for playoffs or maybe a Super Bowl situation, and maybe he says, you know what, I'll stay for 3 years or finish out his contract and then retire.
Yeah. I mean, if I'm the Packers and if I got an offer, 3 firsts for Aaron Rodgers,
They'll probably have to give in like a
absolutely
second
take
round
it.
and third round, but
I
would be worth it.
absolutely
They
take
need
it.
an elite quarterback
They do.
at the Jets to put it all together. And
Yeah.
they'll be very dangerous in that division.
Yeah.
All right. Offensive Player of the Year, Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, I am
JJ.
fine with that.
Yep.
He was fantastic.
Adam Thielen is a free agent. Hopefully they get him back. He wants to be back. Minnesota guy all the way.
Yeah. I'd be
But
surprised
yeah,
if he weren't
Justin
back.
Jefferson, definitely. He
Fantastic.
I feel like if you're going to be like a top 2 or number 1 receiver, you have to be consistently great for at least 3 seasons. And then you're like, all right,
Yeah.
he's the best.
Check.
And that's what Justin Jefferson is,
He's done
Even
it.
though there's cats like Tyreek Hill,
Yeah.
Devontae Adams, and D-Hop, even though D-Hop's slowly
He's been
going
injured.
down. But
Injured, suspended. Yeah.
suspended. Hopefully, we get a full season next year of D-Hop.
Yeah.
Hopefully on a different team because
Yes, please.
he needs to get out of there.
Please. No. It's the truth. It's the truth.
Yeah. Congrats on JJ,
Yeah.
And hopefully with Brian Flores going to the defense,
Yeah.
becoming the DC over there,
Yeah, we'll see what that
helps
turns
out
into.
that defense, and maybe they can build on
We'll see what that
being
turns
a better
into.
team.
Yeah.
All right. Defensive Play of the Year, Nick Bosa.
Yeah. I mean,
Sack leader to sack,
yeah.
basically award. Whoever gets the most sacks, or like for DBs, like have most
picks or-
interceptions,
yeah.
something like that.
I mean, he was dominant all season. 18.5 sacks is ridiculous. But, yeah, no, I mean, well deserved.
And also, Micah Parsons didn't get a single first place vote.
Really?
Yeah, I swear.
After the start to the
check
season that he
Instagram. It was
had?
like by ESPN or SportsCenter or NFL.
Wow.
Check one of the two.
After the start to the season that that's surprising to
Yeah.
me. But
Who else? I think did Chris Jones get a vote? I think he did.
he should have, for
They-
sure.
He
was
got. I know he got
fantastic.
one. I remember going on Instagram and seeing like a post from ESPN or SportsCenter, like showing like the runner ups.
Yeah.
Because I know Nick Bosa got like 30s ish, and like 2 players got 1 and 1, and Micah Parsons got 0.
Yeah. Wow. That is hard to believe, but
Yeah, I don't care. Screw Dallas. But then again, Micah Parsons, hopefully after this, demands a trade immediately.
to Washington.
Nah, maybe.
Maybe.
Hopefully Chase Young
Maybe.
becomes just as good
Oh, yeah.
as him.
Yeah.
I'm hoping.
Fingers crossed.
And finally, the MVP, Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah. I mean, I can absolutely see the argument for Jalen Hurts. I'm surprised that it wasn't closer in the voting, but yeah, I mean, I think that you can make an argument that Patrick Mahomes is one of the most underrated players in football. I mean, like
What?
yeah.
You're gonna have to explain that to me, bud.
I really think so. I mean, the stuff that he does on a weekly basis that'll get overlooked, and like, yeah, he'll make a great throw, and then like, the ESPN or whatever will like put it everywhere. But I mean, I think he's underappreciated. Like, I think if it like same thing in the MVP or in the NBA where it's like if the best player won MVP every single season, it would be like LeBron James.
Yeah.
Then I feel like for this it's Patrick Mahomes. So glad that he got even more recognition than he has. But yeah, I mean he just continues to be spectacular. Like there hasn't been any wall that he's hit yet. He's still the best.
27 has 2 MVPs.
Unreal.
And a Super Bowl.
Unreal.
I'm forgetting other accolades, I'm sure.
Wow.
But, like, I remember Dan Orlovsky from ESPN said, like, Patrick Mahomes, top 2 quarterback all time. I remember a graph
Already?
on ESPN showing that,
I don't know about already, but...
Yeah, I know, but definitely his talent gives him that edge.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And, like, gives him that opportunity in the top 5 all time.
Oh, absolutely.
It's just
by the end of his
accolades
career.
at this point to,
Yeah.
like, put him in there.
And
Like,
he's doing very well
like
so
I'm,
far.
I'm sure Brady is the GOAT, sadly, but
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes on his way. I think Patrick Mahomes is definitely the most talented quarterback, successful quarterback. There's been a lot of talented guys, but I feel like
It's
It's-
tough to... He has
it's
everything.
tough. He's got
everything. Yeah,
Right.
I wouldn't be upset at all if someone said he was the most talented ever.
George Kittle and Kirk Cousins during the NFL honors was singing.
I
They
did not
sang.
know that. You know what?
Yeah, since Kelly Clarkson was hosting it. Like, she's doing a lot of stuff. Go her. She's
Yeah.
balling in the money department.
Yeah.
I guess she was singing, like, not one of her songs, but, like, doing probably a song related to football, and
Wow.
some of the NFL players were singing. George Kittle being one of them.
Yeah, I'm upset that I missed George Kittle singing. I'm not upset that I missed Kirk Cousins singing. I don't think
I'm sure
I
it's
need to hear that
it's very bland.
monotone. Like one, yeah.
Honestly, a good one.
Yeah. Oh well.
But,
I'll look it up later.
yeah, I'll go on YouTube and look it up.
I'll have my reaction to it next week.
All right, now we're done with that. Super Bowl time.
Yep. Who do you got?
Okay, let's know what before we give predictions. Let's break it down.
All right, deal.
The Eagles are definitely the most complete. Like, I always thought, like, the most complete team always comes out and win, but it's just I can't bet against Patrick Mahomes.
Exactly.
He's so he's not like Andy Reid said something. He's not 100%, but he's good.
Patrick Mahomes.
So
is
I think
80%
he's
still
better
the best.
from when he played the Bengals. He's much more healthier,
Yeah.
but
He had 2 weeks too to
2
recover.
weeks, so
I'm.
you know,
Yeah.
maybe he's at 90%.
Yeah.
And 90% of Patrick Mahomes is still better than 90% of the league.
100%. Yeah, I'm in the same exact boat where I think Philly's the better team. They have a fantastic defense, a fantastic offense, but the Chiefs have Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce.
And also, the team who
Sneaky
has
good
an
defense.
NFL MVP winner on their team always loses. Or, like,
Really?
it's more like of a bad juju thing.
All of them put all the money on
Well,
Philadelphia.
not like, I'm sure, like, since Kurt Warner did that and, like, won the Super Bowl after his MVP.
Yeah.
When he was named MVP, like, that was the last time that ever happened. Everything
Wow.
after that, every other MVP loss, like, the year Patriots lost to Philly,
Yeah.
like,
that was
Tom
Brady.
Brady was the MVP
Wow.
that season.
Wow. Yeah, no, then I guess bet everything on Philadelphia.
Yeah, I know. Like 70% of people are betting it on the Eagles.
Really?
But I feel like that might change. Like, it's still 2 days away. It's probably going to be a game time decision by the time who bets on who.
Yeah.
But honestly, it's going to be a game of in the trenches. Can the Chiefs O-line hold up on that Philly defense?
Yeah.
Defensive line specifically. They got
Crazy.
some dogs on the O-line.
Crazy.
Multiple dogs,
Yeah.
it's possible a lot of subs. And
Yeah.
it's going to be an interesting game.
Very.
Like, they have good corners too.
Yeah.
Their linebackers though, like, I know Hassan Reddick, he's a linebacker, but I feel like he's more of a rusher.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I don't know if they can keep up with Kelsey. That's the thing.
Yeah, it's close. I think if I had to choose one, I would go with the Chiefs.
And I think the Chiefs' wide receiving core. Sorry to cut you off.
Oh, no, you're
is
good.
getting back to health.
Yeah,
I don't know
good
about
point.
Juju, but Kadarius Toney had
Good
full
point.
participation
Yeah.
either today or yesterday. Tweeted out by Ian Rappaport
Yeah.
about who's going to win. I mean, not who's going to win, about who's healthy. But they just got to get all the receivers back to full health,
Yeah.
and it'll be a better chance. I don't think it'll be a beatdown.
No, not at all. Not on either side, but it'll be a good game. 100. I mean, I'd be shocked if it were a blowout. I mean, I think we're in for hopefully a classic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, hopefully it's a good game. People are saying 30, like for instance, one was 30-24 in favor of the Eagles. Like ESPN posted that for one of their journalists. But I don't know. That's a close game.
Yeah. I mean,
but I'll make my official prediction now. I think the Chiefs are going to win.
I agree. I'm gonna say Chiefs too.
Yeah.
I mean, I Eagles are the better team, but again, I Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes. I think that Chris Jones is gonna show up again, and yeah, I would put my money on the Chiefs.
He's definitely going to be an X factor. Like that defense, like all young,
fantastic.
Can they withstand AJ Brown?
Yeah.
No,
Devontae
actually,
Devontae Smith.
not just AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Can their defensive tackles and DNs get to the running back and lose the yards to get to Jalen Hurts, get sacks or at least deflections?
Yeah.
Can they be effective?
Both teams are going to need to play perfect. I mean, both teams are going to need to bring everything they got. But yeah, no, I'm very excited
I feel
for the Super
like
Bowl.
Kansas City needs to get off to an early lead.
I agree. I agree.
I think over the whole entire season, like when Jalen Hurts was playing for the Eagles, they never trailed.
Really?
Yeah,
they've been that good. I mean, they've been that dominant.
Yeah, and also whichever team was the away team has a better record of winning it, has a better possibility of winning.
We'll have to see.
It's a lot. There's a lot of bad juju going against the Chiefs, but
yeah,
hopefully it's a good game.
We will have to see.
You know, Rihanna's doing a halftime show.
Yes,
very
excited.
My teenage boy in me is saying yes.
Yes, Rihanna. Yes,
Rihanna.
Hopefully, yeah. And I think we're in for a Super Bowl classic. So
yeah, hopefully
we'll see.
All right, that's all for today's episode. That is episode 6 of the Rep Your Team podcast. Subscribe to us on our YouTube at Rep Your Team podcast, and follow us on Spotify.
Awesome. Thank you.
Say goodbye to people.
Goodbye, people.
Bye.